What's up? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I start with $1. I'm trying to get 1% profit every single day until I get to $1 million. Right now, I'm sitting on day 459 of this challenge, where our total capital is sitting at $8,155. For the day today, I had no sports bets or any bonuses. This is back from April 18th, 2026. The only changes since the last episode, actually the crypto and investment accounts stayed flat. So we had no changes, same balances as we left off in the last episode. I was on vacation at the time that this day took place, so I wasn't able to place any bets or do anything. In the state I was in, there was no sports betting or casino apps. So because of that, we have to get a total of 1% on the dot today. It's gonna be a full 1% day. It's been a while since we had to get a full 1%. I guess it was probably like 6 days ago. So our 1% profit goal for today will be $81.55 with our 4% stop loss of $326. And we're gonna see if we make some profit. So let's hop on the website and get into gambling. All right, coming into the website, we're gonna be doing our Keno strategy we've been running for several episodes now. And the way this works, I'll explain it, then I'll talk for a little bit as this runs. But the way this works is we're gonna do an auto Keno strategy. You're gonna take your total balance divided by 4,000. That's your starting bet. So for us, it's gonna be, $326 is 4% of our entire capital. And divide that by 4,000, you get 8 cents. That's our starting bet size. We're gonna do medium difficulty to start off for the first progression of the strategy. And then on win, we're gonna increase by 0.5%. On loss, increase by 0%. And then stop on profit and loss will be 100 times our base bet. So for us, that's $8. And we're gonna select these 8 tiles to get started. So let's get started with that. I'm gonna talk for a little bit just because I'm only gonna run the strategy today. We're doing 1 day of playthrough, so it's gonna be a pretty simple day. Ton of wins there, holy crap, that's crazy. Usually get a lot of losses, but all right. Either way, I know we run the strategy a lot. Some people were really sick of it because I've been doing this for I don't know, man, probably 12 episodes now. But the strategy has only busted once, and I've ran this a lot. So I do like this. I want to keep running it because it's been paying pretty well. And it's a good wagering strategy. You wager a ton of money with it, and you have the chance of getting good profit just like that. We just hit a 67x, an 11x, and another 11x. So pretty darn good. That's exactly why I like this, man. It's pretty simple. I don't have to think too much when I run it. So we're just gonna run this back since we just made some profit. But we're trying to make $82 pretty much today. So I'm gonna run this a good bit. But I do like the strategy. Like I said, it wagers a lot of money. It has the chance to hit these giant multipliers, which we did hit the 500x once on the second progression of the strategy. And I love how sexy that is, man, to be able to hit a huge multiplier. It's like, I feel like the strategy is pretty, I don't want to say safe, but it's relatively safe. But the chance of having the opportunity to hit a 400, 900, or on the other progression, if this busts, I think it's a 500 or 1,000x. That likelihood is very slim, but the opportunity of it being there, the chance it might happen, I love that, man. I love having that as a possibility. So that's why I like running the strategy. I know it's not the most entertaining thing. I usually speed it up a lot. So I figured today I'd talk a little bit just to kind of break up the monotony of me just hopping in here, running the strategy, and speeding it up and not really talking too much. So that's kind of the game plan. But one of the other thoughts I had was we have a lot of days to catch up on my tracking sheet. You probably saw that there's a lot of days underneath the day we're playing on right now. So I have my community challenge coming up, and I'm gonna be running a ton of different strategies. So I'm gonna need a lot of days to kind of stack up to be able to play those. Now, I've been thinking about that because I have probably close to 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, kind of saved up to run a bunch of strategies. And I was thinking, I need to save a day for each strategy. But the more I think about it, realistically, the way I'm gonna be doing it is just give you guys a little bit of a heads up, a little bit of insight into what's to come with those strategies and those videos coming up. But I'm gonna run, all these strategies that you guys submitted, and then always my goal is to get 1% using 4% of my bankroll. So to profit 1%, some days it's lower, sometimes it's higher. But I think for that challenge, no matter what, to keep things fair, even if we need like $5 for the day, if we need, I don't know, 2% on the day to recover, I'm gonna try to keep all the strategies extremely equal. So the starting bankroll will probably change a lot just based on the starting balance of the day, but I'm always gonna be going for the same amount. I think I'm gonna keep it at like 1%, but the logistics will all be equal. Okay, so the numbers might change a lot. What I mean by that is like today our starting balance was $326. We have to get exactly 1%, but some days I have to get like 0.5%, so it'd be like $40 where I'm at right now. You know, if I run a strategy for somebody's strategy, doing that, going for 0.5% with 4% of the bankroll, they have a way easier chance of winning and moving on to the next round. And somebody has to go for like 2% using 4%, they have a less likely chance of moving on to the next round. So the way I'm thinking about that is I'll probably just run every strategy either 4% to get 1%, or I'll use the profit goal. So say the profit goal is like 0.5% for the day. I'll use the equivalent of the profit goal being 25% of the playable balance. So if it's a 0.5% profit goal, I'll adjust the strategy for the day to be 2% starting balance to get there. If that makes sense. I know it's like some weird math, but really the idea is to keep all the strategies equal. They're all going for the same profit goal, but I gotta like adjust that to the way I'm playing my challenge too. So I'll make it work. That's all I'm saying. I'll make it work, but it might just be like kind of confusing the way that the numbers will change for each strategy and everything. And this just stopped. Not sure why. Yeah, I think it just, I don't know why this website does that. We're just gonna reset. Sometimes it'll just randomly stop for no reason, but this is basically like where we started. So it started like 9:26. Yeah, pretty much just stayed flat there. So run this back. Other than that, guys, I don't think I have any like, big updates though. Just kind of some insight into the challenge coming up. Because I want to keep like progressing my challenge and like increasing the bankroll. But I want to like obviously do the community challenge. It'll probably take a little bit though, because I'll be running a ton of your guys' strategies for a while. So I don't want to like, I was thinking about doing like every strategy gets $100 to start. They have to make $25. That's like the goal for every single strategy. But there might be days where I need to make like $100 to get my 1% profit goal. There might be days where I have to get like $5. So I was thinking it's probably better to like keep the challenge as the main focus, like the $1 million challenge, and then use like the community challenge as like a little side thing. So that's the plan. It'll be fair though. It'll be 100% fair, 100% even, I promise. So that's the plan for that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything else. It's pretty much the only thing. There was I might be trying to look into some other sign-up bonuses. That's something I've been thinking about. I've had that on my list to do for a very long time, to sign up for like other websites. A mix of like sports betting websites. I don't think there's many casinos I have. I have like a list of like sign-up bonuses, deposit matches on your first deposit. So I might try to do that stuff, but as I get further in the challenge here, we're sitting like $8,000 in total capital. Those bonuses, I think a lot of them like $100, so it's not really that significant, but I'll look into them. I had that list like set up for a long time, probably since I was at like $5,000. So I probably should have used those sign-up bonuses way back, because it's way more meaningful early on. But it's what it is, so I'll look into that though. If there's anything worth it, I might try it. I don't know why this keeps stopping. It's getting annoying. Let's reset. We'll just keep it where it is. Okay. But yeah, I think the sign-up bonuses is one thing I'm looking into. Just to try to get some like free money to increase the bankroll. Because like once we get to like $20,000, getting a $100 sign-up bonus like won't really mean much. So I might try to do that soon before it's too late. And yeah, other than that, no big plans coming up. Just gonna be trying to do things as we usually do. So I guess, yeah, instead of just rambling and not saying much, I'll probably just speed this up. We'll come back. We just hit a really good hit there. That probably was a 67x. So this might be able to hit the profit goal soon here, but yeah, I'll speed this up and then we'll come back if this either profits or busts. All right, so hit the profit goal. We are up to $16 now. So we're just gonna reset this back to 8 cents and keep running it back. Luckily, we have not busted on the first progression yet, so keep things going. One thing I did think of though while that was running was our vault balance. So we have, obviously this is what we're playing with today, but in our vault we have $229. So if we do bust, then we don't have a full day of stop loss. After this, I know the next 2 days at least. I always look ahead the next like couple days to determine like how many days I'm gonna play through in the challenge, like on video. Because if I have like a day like this where it's like 1%, which is currently $80, and then say like the next day is like $5, I'll probably just like run that on camera because that's pretty easy to like get ideally. Unlike the last episode, I was trying to go for $1 and bet like $1,000 trying to get there. But either way, the next 2 days I think are $130 in profit, which is like 1.5% on my playable balance, or like on the total bankroll. And then I think the next day is like 120, so it's like another like 1.5% day. I don't know why this keeps stopping. That's frustrating. But yeah, the next 2 days will be kind of hefty days here, so we'll save this for the next episode. That's why I'm gonna only do 1 day of playthrough today. But I'm gonna speed this up until it's either profits or busts, and I'll be back in a few seconds. All right, so we just hit a 67x on a 19-cent bet, which shot us way over the profit goal there. I think we were going for $24. So we got, I don't say way over, but we got like an extra $3.50. So we'll just reset. We've luckily not busted on this yet. Every progression that we start off on has been working. Usually, you know, if you guys have been watching this, the first run through usually busts. We have to change up the strategy a little bit. So there's like 2 progressions that flip flop until we make profit. So luckily we haven't hit that yet, a losing progression. So I was gonna say something else, but I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah, but so far so good. We still need about, we need $4, about $54 still. So I imagine we're probably gonna wager a ton of money today, and potentially, you know, we're going for that much money. We basically have to go through this strategy 10 times because we profit $8 each time we go through it. So we're gonna probably have to run through like 10 times. So hopefully it doesn't bust, because that's a lot of run throughs. But yeah, we're probably gonna wager a ton of money either way. So it's probably gonna be a good day for that at least. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'll speed this up. We'll be back in a few seconds. Oh, there's another good hit. Must have hit a 67x. Just missed that. But yeah, we'll be back in a few. This actually might hit the profit goal soon if we can get some more wins, but I'll be back. All right, so it finally busted. We are down a little bit now. So what we need to do for the progression 2 of the strategy, we double the initial bet to, for us, would be 16 cents. And then we're going to change the stop on profit to 16, stop on loss to 16. And then from here, we're going to go to 0% on win and then 1% on loss, change this to high risk, and then select 2 more tiles here and let this rip. And the bet size for this will increase way faster since we're doing 1% on loss. We get way more losses, but the multiplier is a little bit bigger too. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the first time we've hit the second progression, so hopefully we get some good luck out of this and can pull through and make some good profit. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright, we got absolutely rinsed on that very quickly. So we're gonna continue on with the progressions here. We're gonna go up to 32-cent bet, back to medium risk, deselect those two, so we're back to 8 boxes, and then go back to 0.5% here, 0% here, and then 32. Should be good. Pretty much lost all our profit so far, but we'll see this can come back, and I trust the process. We're gonna trust the process. I have a good feeling about today again too, like last episode. But yeah, as we increase our bet size here, we're just gonna increase our wagering, which is good. Hopefully that gives us more bonuses. Worst case scenario, even if we do bust today. But we're not gonna think about that because we're gonna pull it through. We're gonna pull it through. I'll be back in a few seconds to speed this up. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so we busted again. We're going to go to the next progression. So we're going to 64 cents. This is where it gets kind of sketchy, but we'll give it a shot. So we're up to high risk. We go for 2 more boxes here. 0% on win, 1% increase on loss, and then $64. Not 6,000, that's crazy. All right, $64 on profit and loss. It'll stop. Let's try to profit here. Crazy bet sizes. It can get really big really fast. Pause. But yeah, it's gonna get crazy. So hopefully we hit like a 500, 800x when this is up to like $2 or $3. It'd be pretty sick. But we'll keep dreaming. We'll keep dreaming. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright, it did that weird thing where it stopped in the middle of the strategy, so I had to adjust the stop loss. I did not adjust the stop on profit, so I think we started this off at like $33. So we did hit about $9. We're trying to go for $8 in profit on that run through. Yeah, luckily we hit a... Where's it at? Oh, an 8x and then a 3.5x on a $4 bet. So that's what kind of brought us back there. It's getting kind of sketchy, but it worked out good. So we're going to reset back to base bet here. We're about halfway to the profit goal for today. So go back to medium risk here. Take out these 2 squares. 8-cent bet. Increase by 0.5%, 0%. Back to $8 here. And we'll run it back. So we'll keep this pushing. I'll be back in a few. All right, we just hit a 67x on a 28-cent bet. Wish it was way higher of a bet size, but we'll still take it. We're gonna reset this back to 8 cents here and run it back. We're up to $57 in profit, so we're doing really good so far. Still have about $24 to go in profit. So like 3 more run throughs. If we can make some profit on 3 more runs, we should be good for today. So far, so good. We had one little big dip here. I guess I'll call it a little dip. Wasn't that bad, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Wagering a lot of money too. We already wagered $1,000. I like to see that, and we'll keep it pushing though. We'll be back in a few seconds. All right, so this did bust. We're gonna increase the bet size, double it up to 16 cents, shoot up to high risk, go for 2 squares here. 0% on win, 1% on loss, and then we'll go for 16 and 16. Making sure it's all good. All right, we'll run it, and hopefully we hit a banger. Actually, not yet. We'll maybe let this dip a little bit more, maybe bust a couple more times, and then hit that 1000x. Be pretty sick. I'm hoping to hit that one day, bro. On like a $2 bet, $3 bet, hit that 1000x. It'd be crazy. Yeah, man. We already hit it once. I'm addicted to this, bro. The fact that we already hit that once, and I made like 1,400 bucks almost. was just, I think I'm just hooked on the strategy ever since then. I know it's boring, guys, but dude, it just, oh man, I want to hit it again so bad. We know it's possible. But extremely unlikely. But we'll let this run for a little bit. I'll be back in a second. Alright, there we go. We hit the 8x on a $1.38 bet to 70 bucks in profit. We need like $11 left from here, so hopefully we can run this like one more time and hit a good little bit extra in profit, or we should be good for today. If not, we'll have to run this like, well, maybe we'll just do it one more time either way, and if it does profit, we'll just try to get the extra couple bucks somewhere else. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're really close. 1.2k wagered, which is good to see, and about $11 away from the profit goal. So I'm really happy with where we're sitting. We're close. Obviously, we could definitely bust at this point, but hoping we pull through. I feel like we have a good chance of pulling through. So we'll be back in a few seconds. Hopefully this is the last run. Hopefully it's easy. We could just run this like once on this progression and call it a day. So we'll be back in a few. Alright, so it did bust. We're going to increase this to 16 cents, high risk. Select two more. 0 on win, 1% on loss. 16 and 16. Yeah, that was a crazy run. It literally, I don't even know how many bets we did there. I'd be interested to see where we wagered from the beginning of that progression, but it would go up very close to the profit goal, and then it would come back the whole way back down, and go the whole way back up, the whole way back down. It just stayed pretty much flat the whole time, which is cool. We'll take the, I'd rather have it do that, wager a bunch of money, than just bust immediately. But yeah, so we're on the second progression now, and we'll let this run for a little bit, and I'll come back in a few seconds. Alright, that just got rinsed immediately, so it seems a little bit more realistic there. 32-cent bet, we're gonna double it up, and then we're gonna go back to our 0.5 on win, 0% on loss, medium risk, only 8 squares, and then go to 32. I'll speed this up. Alright, so we did bust on that. The bet size got huge on that one. It was pretty crazy. But it busted. So we did wager a ton of money there. We're going to increase this to 64 cents. Go for 10 squares. High risk. 0% on win. 1% on loss. $64 in profit. And then $64 stop loss. Hopefully this one pulls through. The bet size we get massive on this one for sure, and hope we just end the day soon. So I'll see how this goes, but yeah, the bet size, as you can see, is moving up really fast. So keep an eye on that, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Probably good or bad. This will go really quick. Alright, we were literally one win away from reaching our profit goal. I think we were at, I don't know if I can get it there, but I think it was at like $70 in profit, and we were like a $3 bet. So if we would have got like one more 3.5x, we would have completed the profit goal. It kind of sucks, but we're going to keep pushing though. It's going to be a big one here. We're going to go up to $1.28. Back to medium risk, back to 8 squares, back to 0.5% on win, 0% on loss. And $128 profit or loss. It's about to get real. Lock in. My heart's racing. I'm watching this the whole time. I know I'm speeding this up, but I'm still watching everything. And yeah, Yeah, it's getting kind of stressful, but here we go. Let's see what happens. All right, so we did bust again. This is it. It's the last one. We're gonna go up to 256, and this one's gonna go really quick because we're gonna be on high risk, 10 squares, 0% on win, 1% on loss, and then 256 on profit and 256 on loss, which I think, I mean, realistically, that's way more than we need, right? You know, that works out. That works out. Right? Yeah. All right, here we go. It's gonna go quick. I might just like leave this on for a second. Might just hang with you guys because we don't have much to work with here. We do not have much to work with. So we might bust pretty quick. We need a massive banger. There's an 8x that keeps us in a little bit. We just, towards the end here, we just haven't been getting any wins, which does suck. And we're getting pretty low. It's not looking pretty good. This might be it. We'll see. Alright, just stopped randomly. Why does it do that? We need to go to, I think, 340. I wish I could keep it running where it's at. But we need a huge win very soon here. Or at least a big chain of wins. I mean, it can come back. It's just, why does it keep doing that, bro? Come on now. We need $300 in profit from where we're at. My heart is like about to explode right now. And that's it. We did bust. Ah, bro, we were so close, dude. We were so close. That's so frustrating. All that for nothing. Hate to see it. I'm gonna enter that in the sheet and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, so day 459 was a loss. We lost $319 about, so we went down almost 4% on the day. Dude, I'm so frustrated. We were literally one bet away on that one progression. We were like $70. We were like a $2 or $3 bet. We needed like one win on a 3.5x. We would hit our profit goal. I watched it happen and then we missed it. So yeah, we ended up busting, but that's the first time I ran that strategy properly and we busted. The other time I ran it and we busted, I messed up the strategy a couple of times like throughout it. So technically that's like really the first time it properly busted. And we made a ton of profit off that strategy. We're still in a ton of profit just from that strategy alone. So I'm not super upset about it. It's just frustrating that we hit a peak balance in the last episode and then we're right back to, we pretty much just reset back like 9 days. So it does kind of hurt, but you know, that's just how gambling works, man. That's why I always tell you guys, don't gamble. It's a losing game in the long run. And you know, it's nice to dream about hitting that 1000x, but it's extremely unlikely. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. We're just down a little bit. We went down 4%. You know, the numbers look big because the balance is getting bigger, but realistically, it's always 4%. Whether it's 4 pennies or $320, it's 4%. So yeah, not the worst thing ever. We did drop a good bit on the episode though, and coming down to our sheet here, we're probably sitting after that drop probably around like right on this purple line here, just because we have to catch up on a couple days still. But yeah, so we're still crushing it overall. I just get so frustrated when we get so close, man. I had a good feeling about today too, but it's all right, man. It happens. You just gotta accept it, move on, keep pushing. And that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. I know for me it was a long one. I recorded for almost like an hour and 15 minutes just to lose. That's why I'm also frustrated. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Leave any comments with any thoughts or suggestions below. Join the Discord server if you're already in there, and we'll be testing some strategies soon. So I don't know if it'll be up in the next episode, or maybe you'll be up 2 more episodes, but we're testing your guys' strategies very soon here. Yeah, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't gamble. It's a losing game in the long run. Invest your money, save it, do something smart with it. But until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.